Everyone tells you to start investing. Nobody tells you the part that actually stops you. It feels like a locked door with no key, like there's some secret password you missed, some minimum amount you don't have, some risk that'll wipe you out. So you wait. And waiting is the one move that guarantees you lose. Most people think the risk is starting too early. The real risk is spending years waiting to start. Today, I'm handing you the key, and you'll see the door was never really locked. Here's exactly what you're getting. 1. The real reason investing feels scary, and why that fear was practically designed. 2. What an investment actually is, in plain words, so it stops being a mystery. 3. The beginner's setup you can start with $50. And 4. The one automatic move that does 90% of the work while you sleep. You do not need to be rich. You do not need to be smart with numbers. You need $50 and the next 8 minutes. Let's unlock it. First, the honest truth about why this feels so hard. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's because a whole industry quietly benefits from you feeling locked out. Confusing words. Blinking screens full of red and green numbers. Men in suits shouting on TV. It all sends one message: this is complicated, leave it to the professionals. But here's what they don't advertise: the simplest approach, the one anyone can do, quietly beats most of those professionals over time. The complexity often benefits the people charging the fees, not the beginners trying to learn. So let's strip it down. What is investing, really? When you save money in a bank, your money sits still. When you invest, your money goes to work, you're buying a tiny piece of a real business. And when that business grows, your tiny piece grows with it. That's it. That's the whole idea. You're not gambling. You're not guessing. You're becoming a small owner of companies that millions of people use every single day. Think about the brands you already know. The phone in your hand. The store where you buy groceries. The app you opened this morning. Investing just means owning a slice of businesses like those, and letting their growth become your growth. But here's where most beginners freeze. Which company do I pick? What if I choose wrong? What if it crashes? And that fear is completely fair. Picking one company is risky, even good companies can fail. So here's the part that changes everything. You don't pick one. You buy the whole basket. There's a type of investment called an index fund. Picture a basket that holds tiny pieces of hundreds of companies all at once. When you put money in, you instantly own a sliver of all of them. So if one company has a terrible year, who cares? It's one egg in a basket of hundreds. The others carry you. You're not betting on a single horse, you're quietly betting that the whole economy keeps growing over time. And for the last 100 years, through wars, crashes, and panics, it always eventually has. There's a famous true story about this: a small-town janitor who quietly died with millions. And the way he did it was exactly this: he never bet on one company, he spread his money across many and held them for decades. One bad company could never sink him, because he owned so many. I'll link that full story if you want it, but the principle is all you need right now: own the basket, not the single bet. That one shift from pick the winner to own the basket removes the scariest part of investing. You stop needing to be right about any single company. You just need to be patient about all of them. Quick pause: if investing is finally starting to make sense instead of feeling like a foreign language, tap the like and subscribe. This channel exists to unlock exactly this stuff, in plain words. Now, how do you actually start, with $50? Step 1. Open the right kind of account. To buy investments, you need something called a brokerage account. Think of it as a special account built for buying pieces of companies, instead of just holding cash. Many are free to open, take about 15 minutes, and let you start with small amounts. I'm not going to name specific ones, because the right choice depends on your country, but searching beginner brokerage account plus where you live will show you the trusted options. The account is just the door. Opening it is step 1, and it's easier than opening a new social media profile. Step 2, choose simple over clever. As a complete beginner, you are looking for a broad index fund, the basket we just talked about, the one that holds a little of everything. Not the exciting trending thing your cousin won't stop talking about. Boring and broad beats exciting and narrow, almost every time. That janitor I mentioned didn't pick geniuses, he picked boring, and he picked a lot of them. That's the whole move. I'm keeping this general on purpose, this is education, not a recommendation to buy any specific thing. Your job isn't to find the perfect pick. Your job is to start with something simple and broad, and let time do the heavy lifting. Step 3, and this is the $50 part. You do not need thousands. Many places let you start with the price of a dinner out. $50 invested today is not about the $50. It's about proving to yourself that the door opens. Because the person who invests $50 this month is a completely different person from the one who's waiting until they have more. One has started. One is still standing outside the door. Step 4, and this is the 90% move, automate it. Set up an automatic transfer that invests a small, fixed amount every single payday. $50. $100. Whatever fits after your savings. Then, and this is the hard part for humans, you do nothing. You don't check it daily. You don't panic when the news is scary. You don't touch it. You let the automatic buying and the growing basket do their quiet work in the background, payday after payday, year after year. The tools that help automate your financial journey are linked in the description, free tools included. Now, let me be honest about the part nobody enjoys hearing. Investing goes down sometimes. Some months your basket will be worth less than you put in. This is normal, it's not the system breaking, it's the system working. The people who lose at investing aren't the ones who picked wrong, they're the ones who panicked and sold when the number dipped. The ones who win just kept going. Boring, automatic, patient. The dip is the price of admission, and history says the people who stay seated get paid for their patience. And here's the quiet magic you're signing up for. There's a force called compound growth. When your basket grows, that growth starts earning its own growth, and then that growth earns more. It starts slow enough to feel pointless, then becomes almost unbelievable at the end. $50 a month feels tiny now. But give it years, and tiny becomes life-changing, not because you got lucky, but because you started and didn't quit. If you want to see the actual math on how small amounts snowball into large ones, I've got a whole video on just that, but you don't need it to begin. You just need to begin. So here's the whole video in one line: investing isn't a locked door for geniuses and rich people. It's a basket you buy a little of, automatically, every payday, and then leave alone while time does the rest. And honestly, by understanding this, you've already crossed the line most people never cross. The fear that kept you outside? You just walked through it. The $50 version of this is closer than you think. Drop a comment and tell me the honest truth, is this your first time actually understanding what investing is? I read every single one, and there is zero judgment here, everyone starts at the door. And if you want the exact math on how those small amounts become millions over time, watch the compound interest video next, it's the engine behind everything I just showed you. Subscribe, tap the bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's grow together.